What if all people on Earth spoke the same language? Imagine a world where everyone, from bustling streets in Tokyo to remote villages in the Amazon, spoke the same language. No more confusing translations, no more language barriers. Whether you're a tourist exploring Paris or a scientist collaborating in Berlin, communication is seamless. In this alternate world, a universal language, perhaps born from a natural evolution of trade dialects, or an intentional constructed language like Esperanto, has replaced the thousands of tongues that once divided humanity. At first glance, it seems like a utopia, but this newfound unity would bring both remarkable progress and unexpected consequences. With the language barrier gone, global collaboration would skyrocket. Scientific discoveries would spread faster than ever. Medical researchers in South Korea could instantly collaborate with specialists in South Africa, and breakthroughs in artificial intelligence, genetics, and engineering would advance rapidly. Education would become more efficient. Students could access any textbook or lecture without the need for translation. The brightest minds from across the world could share ideas without cultural or linguistic filters, accelerating technological progress. In short, humanity's collective brainpower would merge into a single, unstoppable force. Commerce would explode. Without the delays and errors caused by language differences, international trade deals would finalize faster, and companies could expand globally with ease. Businesses would no longer require multilingual marketing campaigns, and customer service would become a simpler, unified experience. Entrepreneurs in developing nations could pitch ideas to investors without hiring translators, allowing smaller economies to thrive. International job markets would merge, giving skilled workers in less developed regions equal footing with candidates from wealthier countries. With a universal language, diplomacy would change forever. Leaders could negotiate directly with each other without relying on interpreters, reducing the risk of mistranslations and manipulation. Treaties, agreements, and alliances would become clearer and more efficient. But language is power. The global language may carry cultural dominance, likely favoring the culture that created it. If English, Mandarin, or Arabic became the universal language, would its native speakers hold more influence over politics, trade, and media? Cultural imperialism could surge as one dominant language reshapes global identity. Language is more than just words. It's identity. Every language carries its own values, traditions, and worldview. If a universal language erased indigenous dialects and regional languages, countless cultural heritages would disappear. Poems, songs, and folklore that once carried the soul of a people would be lost in translation. Communities might struggle to retain their sense of identity, as the subtleties of humor, tradition, and storytelling fade. Could human history, shaped by the beauty of linguistic diversity, survive the homogenization of language? Language doesn't just communicate ideas. It shapes how we think. Studies suggest that bilingual speakers often switch between different cognitive patterns when speaking different languages. If humanity spoke only one language, would our thought processes become more uniform? Creativity may suffer as unique linguistic expressions, metaphors, idioms, and dialects disappear. Would the world gain clarity at the cost of its imagination? Even with a global language, regional accents, slang, and variations would inevitably form. Coastal communities may develop distinct seafaring jargon, while city dwellers invent slang unique to urban life. These regional dialects might gradually evolve into distinct languages once again, potentially reintroducing linguistic barriers centuries later. Movies, books, and music would become instantly accessible to all. There would be no need for subtitles or dubbing. A film made in Brazil would be just as clear to viewers in Egypt as it is to audiences in Canada. Cultural phenomena, songs, memes, and viral trends would spread faster than ever. Yet Hollywood-style storytelling might dominate, pushing smaller creative styles and traditions into obscurity. Would the world embrace a broader spectrum of art? Or would everything begin to look and sound the same? In a world of seamless communication, friendships and relationships would transcend geography. Romantic relationships wouldn't face language barriers, and global social networks would flourish without cultural gaps. But misunderstandings, once blamed on language differences, might reveal deeper divides. Political views, religious beliefs, and values may remain just as divisive. While a universal language might unite words, it may not necessarily unite hearts. Ultimately, a universal language would be a double-edged sword. While it could ignite global cooperation, scientific advancement, and cross-cultural understanding, it could also homogenize the beauty of linguistic diversity and erase the unique cultural expressions that make humanity so rich. Would we become stronger by speaking the same language? Or lose something essential to what makes us human? Perhaps the greatest truth is this: language is not just about understanding each other. It's about expressing what makes us unique. And in a world where everyone speaks the same, preserving that uniqueness may become humanity's greatest challenge.